Okay, we have a conclusion to one of the court cases that was brought against Canvas Beauty Brand, which of course is Stormi's company. Hey, my trendies, trendsetters, and my trendy tribe. We are going to get right into it. We're going to go over the complaint that was filed against Stormi. This is UPS Supply Chain Solutions versus Canvas Beauty Brand. Then we're going to go into their application for default judgment, and we're going to talk about the order that the judge issued. All right, UPS Supply Chain Solutions Inc. versus Canvas Beauty Brand LLC. This is the complaint for recovery on the account. It says, comes now the plaintiff, UPS Supply Chain Solutions Inc., and for its complaint respectfully shows unto this honorable court the following facts. Pursuant to the terms of their agreement, Canvas has failed to pay the outstanding invoices listed in the statement of accounts and the total amount due under their agreement. As of the date of the filing of this complaint, the plaintiff, UPS Supply Chain Solutions, Inc., has not received payment of the charges due for the agreed upon goods and services it provided to Canvas, and there is presently due and owing to plaintiff the sum of $150,821.82 plus interest at a rate of 6% on the outstanding balance. Okay, we're going to go over a couple of the counts presented because one kind of repeats itself, although it falls under obviously a different category. But the first one, count one, open account. It says the plaintiff incorporates each and every preceding paragraph of this complaint in this count as if fully set forth herein. Plaintiff claims of the defendant Canvas the sum of $150,821.82 due by open account. This count is brought on by an affidavit of a competent witness enclosed herewith as Exhibit A and incorporated by reference herein, supported by a statement of account, a copy of which is attached hereto as Exhibit B and incorporated by reference herein. Wherefore, plaintiff demands judgment against defendant for the sum of $150,821.82 plus interest and costs due by open account. Count 3, unjust enrichment. The plaintiff incorporates each and every preceding paragraph of this complaint in this count as if fully set forth herein. As a result of the plaintiff's services, defendant Canvas Beauty Brand LLC received the benefit of the plaintiff's goods and services. Based upon the above and foregoing, the defendant knowingly accepted and retained a benefit by the use of plaintiff's services. The defendant has been unjustly enriched by the use of the services provided by plaintiff. The defendant received a benefit from plaintiff's services provided for its own benefit and was unjustly enriched therefrom. Plaintiff has a reasonable expectation of being compensated for this taking. The defendant is indebted to the plaintiff in the amount of $150,821.82 pursuant to defendant's unjust enrichment. Wherefore, plaintiff demands judgment against defendant Canvas for the principal sum of $150,821.82 with plus interest and costs due by unjust enrichment, respectfully submitted this October 10th, 2023. Exhibit A. Affidavit of claim. This is the state of Pennsylvania, county of Lackawanna. The undersigned, Leah, being first duly sworn on oath, states that the undersigned is the vendor manager of the business entity known as UPS. Said business entity has an account and claim against Canvas Beauty Brands LLC, that the sum of $150,821.82 plus interest computed owing and unpaid, and that demand for payment has been made more than 30 days prior hereto, and no payment has been received. That said account and claim is within the undersigned's knowledge and is just and true, that it is due, and that all just and lawful offsets, payments, and credits have been allowed, subscribed, and sworn to before me this 11th day of May, 2022. Exhibit B. Okay, I just want to point out a couple of sections. The entry date, as you see, was March 18th, 2021. And I wanted to point out the higher dollar values over here. So for June 26, 2020, there was an amount owed of $21,852. July 3rd, 2020, $37,090. July 9th, 2020, $19,613. July 16th, 2020, $41,137. July 24th, 2020, $24,859. July 29th was $1,410. And August 7th, 2020, $4,500. $559, and that made up the bulk of what added up to be the $150,821.82. Now we're looking at the application and affidavit for entry of default judgment. So, Brian M. Cloud, being duly sworn, states as follows. The defendant was served with a summons and a copy of the statement of claim/complaint on November 6, 2023. More than 14 days have elapsed since the defendant was served with a summons and a copy of the statement of claim/complaint. That the defendant has failed to answer or otherwise defend against the plaintiff's statement of claim/complaint. That this affidavit is executed by the affiant in accordance with Rule 55B ARCP for the purpose of enabling the plaintiff to obtain a default judgment against the defendant, for the defendant's failing to answer or otherwise defend against the plaintiff's statement of claim/complaint. The defendant is not in military service. Judgment conditions says without waiver of exemptions. It says that the amount of money claimed by the defendant to the plaintiff is the sum of $182,680.35, which is to be determined as follows. Principal balance, $150,821.82. Interest, $31,858.53. Sworn to and subscribed before me this day of January 2nd, 2024. UPS Supply Chain Solutions, Inc. versus Canvas Beauty Brand, LLC. Order. This action came on the motion of the plaintiff for a default judgment pursuant to Rule 55B2 of the Alabama Rules of Civil Procedure, and the defendant having been duly served with a summons and complaint, and not being an infant or unrepresented incompetent person, and having failed to plead or respond to plaintiff's action. It is hereby ordered and adjudged that a default judgment be entered in favor of the plaintiff and against the defendant in the total amount of $183,176.20, plus court costs, which amount consists of a principal amount of $150,821.82, interest in the amount of $32,354.38, and an attorney's fee in the amount of $0 for which let execution issue. Done this 22nd day of January 2024.
I don't have an issue. I don't have an issue with you. I don't want an issue.
I hear you.
I don't got an issue. Don't want one. I think it's weird. We weird. If
Very
anything,
weird.
I think we have more in common than we have not. I feel like I'm insulted, bitch. I'm rich. I don't give a fuck.
That's what I was getting to next.
I don't give a fuck.
I can be the most look, we
Taking all of your time, taking all of your time.